again, everyone. I'm Paul the Nitro Skywers, and welcome to this edition of the Nitro Corner. Today is Friday, and it's time for part one of our weekend report. Now, this week's part one of the weekend report is going to be a little bit different. I made an editorial decision this week, and I am going to skip the Raw results for a purpose, and I'll explain that in my expanded Nitro Opinion this week, along with my opinion about Ronnie from the Jersey Shore being on TNA, and an announcement about an upcoming special presentations throughout the week here on the Nitro Corner. I'll get more into that in just a moment, but first we're going to start with the Impact Wrestling results from last night. An outstanding show once again from TNA. I'll give you some of the results right now. Austin Aries defeated Jesse Sorensen to open up the show to retain his X Division title. The Universal Heartthrob certainly making an impact in the X Division. Excuse me. Next up, Garrett Bischoff called out Uncle Eric, who said that he had an apology for him. Eric called out there and said, "You better give me an apology." And he said, "I'm sorry, I should have done this earlier." And he knocked Eric Bischoff right on his can where it belonged. And he continued to beat the crap out of Eric Bischoff until Gunner and Ric Flair chased off Garrett. But that's going to be a real interesting situation involving Garrett Bischoff and his dad, Eric Bischoff. Next up, we saw Jeff Hardy and Mr. Anderson score a disqualification win over Bully Ray and Jeff Jarrett by disqualification because Scott Steiner interfered. Like I said, watch out for these four. They're going to be feuding on and off for the rest of the year for TNA. Next up, the first of two big title changes. First, we have brand new TNA Knockout Tag Team Champions as Gail Kim and and Madison Rayne, the Queen Bee, your DCW Women's Champion, defeated Miss Tessmacher and Tara to win the TNA Knockout Tag Team titles. Congratulations to them. Of course, Karen Angle's stable, so to speak, now owns championship gold, and they could have more championship gold as Gail Kim is officially now challenging Velvet Sky for the Knockouts title at Turning Point in 2 weeks. And by the way, congratulations to Madison. Now she is a double champion in professional wrestling. And then in the main event, in a shocker, we have a brand new TNA World Heavyweight Champion as Bobby Roode used the beer bottle to beat his former best friend, James Storm, to win the TNA World Heavyweight title. Robert Roode said that he got rid of that fat piece of garbage and that the era of Robert Roode has begun. And James Storm put it clearly in his response, "Oh, it ain't gonna be no rematch wrestling. I'm coming out for blood." And you can best believe this is going to be an exciting feud between those two for the TNA World Heavyweight title. The battle of beer money, if you want to put it that way. And that is your Impact report for this week. Like I said, an outstanding show. 2 big title changes. That is what TNA is bringing to the table. Well, the exception of Ronnie from Jersey Shore. I'll get to that in just a few moments in my Nitro Opinion. But overall, Impact, an excellent show. Congratulations once again to the new champions. We'll see what happens down the road in their title defenses. Now that that's out of the way, it's time for the Nitro Opinion. Before I begin anything, I'll get to the disaster that is Monday Night Raw in just a moment. I figured I'll start out with, first off, talking about Ronnie from the Jersey Shore making his debut on Impact, as he is now going to team up with Eric Young next week against Robbie E. and Big T, as he calls himself now. Let me put it to you this way. I'll say it again before and I'll say it again. You got to show me some wrestling skills, kid. If you don't, then you're wasting my time. So do yourself a favor. You better be bringing it to the table next week. I want to see wrestling skills. And if not, please don't waste my time. Trust me, you will not like my commentary when someone disappoints, and especially if you're not bringing your wrestling skills, your A game, to the table. So that's enough of Ronnie from the Jersey Shore. Moving on to Monday Night Raw. And I've been savoring this all week. I made an editorial decision this week not to do the Raw results for one particular reason. Because Monday Night Raw has made it a point now to bastardize and make fun of professional wrestling. Prime example would be the Muppets. Now, I've told you last week that they had no business in professional wrestling. They have no added value to professional wrestling. I treat pro wrestling as a sport. It's real, not fake, not sports entertainment. It's real. I don't care what anybody thinks, whether, oh, you're wrong and all that stuff. It's fake, dude, it's fake. It's real. Wake up. Anyway, the Muppets on Raw was the absolute lowest point in professional wrestling, in my opinion. I mean, really? I mean, did you have to waste all that time on the Muppets? Just when they started to come out there, you knew that it's going to look so fake. It looks so fake. Look at who rises up. Well, of course, they're puppets, Paul. Yes, they're puppets. But why are they on Raw? Just to promote a movie? Well, anyway, we start off Raw with Kermit and Miss Piggy rising up to the platform. Oh, howdy ho, everybody. Wow, look at the Raw. It's like, shut up. Shut up. You've already ruined the whole show within 30 seconds. Are you serious? And then Miss Piggy. Let's face facts here, folks. She's kind of overrated, don't you think? She is not the supreme diva. Have you beaten Beth Phoenix, who's actually a good, legitimate professional wrestler? No. Then why are you doing here? What are you doing there? Really? I mean, what? Fozzie Bear gonna get in Mark Henry's face? Mark Henry squashed him like a grape. Thank God we didn't say that, but we saw Sheamus fluffing up that conehead Muppet to look like his thing. I was like, Sheamus, you're the Irish-born fighter. You're a badass. You're a tough guy. And now you're being reduced for a 30-second segment for that? Are you really serious? And then the notion of being a title-free match. Title-free? It's called a non-title match, you stupid idiots. It's non-title. N-O-N-T-I-T-L-E. Title-free? What is like caffeine-free Coke? Are you serious by naming a non-title match a title-free match? Why? Because the Muppets said so? Give me a bleeping break. Bleeping would be the curse word I would use, but I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible. Really? I mean, really? Whoever did this ought to be fired. This is wrestling. It is real. It's not fake. The WWE now wants to strive forward with this show business stuff that's already been going on for years. And I hope and I pray that the proposed WWE network that's coming in 2012 actually features some wrestling. From what I've been hearing, though, we got reality shows. We'll put a couple legends in the house and have like a reality type show. Why don't you stick them around at round table? You've doing this already. Why don't you tell them some great stories from on the road? Talking about shoot interviews with the wrestlers, the legends, and talk about their great careers. That's what I want to see. Not this, oh, let's stick them in a house and see what happens. You know what's going to happen. You guys already got it planned out for 6 months. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know what? I'm going to bottom line this, and this is why I did not do the Raw results this week. The Muppets, are you serious? The next time I see the Muppets, you're going to get the exact same thing out of me. And yes, I may be a spoiled sport or a poop in the party punch bowl, but wrestling to me is real. This is why I do this show. This is why I go out to C1CW, because they produce a great product, a great wrestling show. It's real, not fake. Wake up, smell the Sanka. I've had enough of the Muppets. That's it. It's done. No more. Right here on the Nitro Corner. Now that I got that off my chest, let me tell you about something that is exciting. And that's the upcoming presentations I'll be doing throughout the week. Most recently, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and I'll show you the magazine cover. Just got it today. Triple H on the cover. And inside, I believe, starting on page, let's see here, page 75, is your official ballot for the Achievement Awards 2011. What I'm going to be doing starting tomorrow is I'm going to present a segment that of me being here, reading the nominees and giving you my picks. Who am I voting for the Achievement Awards? You're going to find out. Now, there are 11 categories in this, so it's going to take me like several days of presentations. I'm going to do 2 awards a day and savor the best for last, and that's the Wrestler of the Year award. And that will start tomorrow. Excuse me, it'll start tomorrow right here on the Nitro Corner. And that is it for this edition of the Nitro Corner's Weekend Report Part 1. I'll have Part 2 of the Weekend Report tomorrow. And of course, don't forget the PWI Achievement Awards nomination specials will start tomorrow right here on the Nitro Corner. So tune in. Until then, I'm Paul the Nitro Skyver saying it's a Muppet-free Nitro Corner. So long, everybody.